Hello and welcome back to the channel. So, over the weekend, I noticed on Reddit and Twitter that there was a pretty wild reaction to the Strokes' performance at the Roskilde festival on Saturday. And people were basically reporting that Julian was a bit out of control and almost too drunk to perform. And people reporting that they were apparently an hour late and that people were tweeting that it was a disaster. I mean, an hour late isn't great, but I did read it was only half an hour. Which at a festival we kind of expect these things. There's a bit of a mixed reaction on Reddit from what I saw. People saying that Julian was clearly wasted and that maybe he didn't want to be there at all, and that they were forced to stay on stage and that they decided to sabotage the concert. Then other people saying that they sounded good but Julian was completely shit-faced, as this guy says, and that he seemed to want to get it over with. Then you have got people defending them who were there, saying that the concert was made to sound way worse than it was, and that any idea that Julian was dissing the crowd was taken in the wrong way. But then some people were saying the worst headliner they'd seen in the last 10 or 20 years at that festival. So another example was a video of them playing Selfless, which I watched on Twitter, and here it is. For me, watching that, it doesn't seem that bad. I think it may be a problem with Julian's vocal pedal that he uses, but it doesn't seem to be particularly drunk or out of control. I watched another video from the festival this morning, and in the preamble, Julian seems to be his usual self, cracking jokes with the band. Does maybe seem a bit fatigued, but is that to be expected given how many festivals they've been playing recently? I did actually laugh out loud at Julian's interaction with Fab.
We feel like it's the right time to walk away, but we gotta stay. It's normally the opposite, so confusing. It's never just Goldilocks, just right. It's either like, get off the stage. That's not a joke. They literally tell us that every show, almost. And now they're telling us to play more. These poor bastards have to get back to their shit, their raves or whatever, their sweet bullet trains, their little tent cities, big tent cities, sorry. I saw you flinch. All right. Did I waste enough time, or I'm just kidding? Last night? This girl's been, I can't see your age. This 80-year-old or 10-year-old person has been yelling for last night the whole show. You don't know it? Yeah, we don't know that one, lady. We don't know that song. Don't do it? You wanna fucking do it? Okay, so stick to the plan someday. Someday last night medley? Cruise ship style? I'm just kidding. Vegas medley. There's a lot of last nights yelling, so why don't we just honor those random 3 people at the expense of everyone else? That's how society works anyway. Hey, stop. That's how society works anyway. Thank you.
On a Danish review I read, which I'll put a link to in the description, they really went to town on them. And there's a quote from Julian that maybe acknowledged the fact that the gig wasn't going great, saying we are engaged in a real career suicide here, we're just killing time. But again, from what I've seen, there's a lot of sarcasm in what Julian says on stage. He doesn't seem to take it all very seriously. However, this article took it very seriously, saying there was many infinitely embarrassing and incoherent monologues that took place during the Strokes' presence on the Orange scene. And he even finished the article by calling it a historic meltdown. Overall, on the evidence that I've seen, the reaction seems to be a bit over the top. Julian didn't appear to be particularly drunk, and the song sounded quite good. But I can appreciate the comments from Julian did seem a bit more dour than usual. But what do I know? If you were there, let me know what you thought. There has been conflicting reactions on Reddit and Twitter, so it's certainly an intriguing one.